Hello everyone. Thank you for watching another episode at Investing with All I See is W. Today, I wanted to make this video to give you some highlights on today's outcome of the stock market, specifically in the biotech sector. And before I begin, the information I'll be sharing with you should be used as guidance information only, and anytime when you make an investment decision in a company, please do your own investment research. Now let's get started. So the tickers I wanted to share with you are INO, IBIO, ONVO, HTBX, AQST, SUNW, /PEK. Now, what's so unique about these companies, right? Well, first off, I wanted to talk about ticker number one, Inovio Pharmaceuticals. Now, right at the start of the morning, pre-market, the share price dropped by about 40% because there was information about the Food and Drug Administration halting the acceptance into phase 2 and phase 3 clinical trials because the Food and Drug Administration needed more information on the associated medical device, which is the Selectra device, specifically on its shelf life and its number of usage before its end of life. So all of those questions have to be answered. Now, the fortunate thing about this is that there isn't no safety concern about the company's product line. And when I say product line, I'm referring to the INO 4800, which is the Biologics vaccine that's regulated by the Centers of Biologics and Evaluation Research, CBER. And with the Selectra device, that's more of a medical device, so that's actually regulated by the Centers for Device and Radiological Health, CDRH. Now, what I foresee that's also happening is the two centers are really trying to understand, okay, under what center is going to have the intended use. And I'm thinking most likely CBER, but based on the input from these questions that will be answered from Inovio Pharmaceuticals providing the input back to the health authorities, I feel like that will allow for the FDA regulators to be able to answer these questions, and for the two centers, the CBER and CDRH, to be able to crosstalk and try to confirm the information that's needed, especially from the manufacturer. So that's my takeaway with Inovio Pharmaceuticals. I mean, when I heard about the information, yes, although it does put a toll on the timing with respect to how it's going up against the large-scale companies like J&J, Pfizer, Novavax, Moderna. Those companies are actually starting up phase 3 clinical trials at this time, while Inovio Pharmaceuticals have a slight halt in their process. And to me, worst case scenario, it's a matter of Inovio responding very late in the game, but I think it's going to just take about like a week or so for Inovio to respond to the FDA, and worst case scenario, it takes a month for FDA, but with the great collaboration, trust and respect established with Inovio Pharmaceuticals and FDA, I personally feel like it will likely take about within 2 weeks time frame for a response from the FDA to Inovio. So to me, I feel like this, based on my perspective, it will likely be 3 weeks for decision making on whether this partial hold will be uplifted or it will drag on. So that's my takeaway, and for me, I feel like from an investment standpoint, this is a great opportunity to start dollar cost averaging down, whether you're an existing investor or a new investor. And of course, I know some people are questioning, should I just wait and let this stock continue to drop down further? Well, it's very hard to time where it's going to be the low point, but the fact that it's trending down, you can dollar cost down until you notice the reverse. That's when you can sit back and relax and see the positive proceeds come in. But to me right now, this is a great buying opportunity, very low cost average at this time based on how far we are now in the COVID-19 pandemic. But it's going to come back with respect to time, and there's just going to be a demand needed for this. And I'm excited to hear about the clinical trials that's going on in South Korea, and also the news that's going to be coming out from China as well, since there's a large demand in that arena as well. Okay, now in terms of share price, can it go down? Yes, by this week, but from a zoomed out view, I firmly believe that in the month of October, it will likely gain back up to the share price of 20 and above. And I'm sure most of you have been reading on the articles about analysts putting the price target very low for this company, while you have some analysts out there having the price target at a high point. So you notice how there's differences to the extreme with this. So you do your own research and you figure out what's the price target. But to me, I like Inovio Pharmaceuticals candidate INO 4800 because it has a safety profile with a low number of serious adverse event reports that were filed for the phase 1 clinical trials compared to other companies like using the traditional RNA-based vaccine, for example, like Moderna. So that is Inovio Pharmaceuticals. For the current price it's at, I think this is a great buying opportunity for you to dollar cost down incrementally. Okay, so that is INO. Next up I wanted to share with you is Ibio Incorporation. Now this is a plant-based company based in Texas with an employee size of less than 60, where they have a fast farm proprietary technology to scale up manufacturing operations, where it harvests plant and then it uses the material, collagen specifically, to create the vaccine for the two vaccines, Ibio 200, which is a virus-like particle, VLP, and the Ibio 201, which is the lichen-based vaccine protein. So I'm excited to hear news that will likely come out soon in the making from Ibio on whether phase 1 will begin, and that is going to be the next milestone that we will likely hear from Ibio. Now the current share price is hovering at $2, and what we know is it was previously hovering at $7, and the question is, can it hover back up to the $7 range? I feel like yes, and beyond that, up to the double-digit range, because to me I feel like there will be some external government funding coming in. So just hold on tight and let's just continue to support what Ibio is doing. Now next up I want to share with you is ONVO. This is a company called Organovo, and it's based out in San Diego, where it's coming out with very innovative technology. And when I say innovative technology, that's why ARK Investment has lots of investments in INO and also in Organovo, ONVO, because of the potential future innovation it can bring to society and how it can change the biotech industry. And what Organovo has established is the development of artificial livers. So what's so unique about this is that there is an increased demand, at least in the regulatory and clinical space, for drug manufacturers, for example, including Biologics, to test their pre-approved drug or vaccine on just livers in general, just to see if there's a toxicity profile, because that's a regulatory requirement that you have to demonstrate to the health authorities when it comes to toxicity profiles for any drug that you're trying to get approval for the FDA, including safety and efficacy, as well as other mechanisms that have to be measured. Now that is Organovo, and to me, I feel like the fact that the share price has been plummeting down, we are beginning to see an upward trend with the post stock split for 25-to-1 share. Now to me, it can go up to the double-digit range if you park your money in a company like this, and you may unexpectedly see some significant gains. But at this time, with the COVID-19 pandemic going on, we don't see much expansion at this time. However, the idea and innovation is there, and there's the increased demand at this time with 3D bioprinting. So that's what makes this company very uplifting as well. Now next up I wanted to share with you is HTBX by the ticker Heat Biologics. Now I like this company because it has such a unique product portfolio for the COVID-19 vaccine, and its product is called the GP96, where most of its study is done in University of Miami, and it seems as though there's great collaborators on the actual team to support what's going on right now with the product that is trying to get into phase 1 entry for clinical trials. And I firmly believe that the company will likely get passed through and the ability to test its product on 40 healthy patients, including placebos, to see how it demonstrates safety and efficacy based on 40 healthy patients by the ticker AQST, and that is a company called Aquestive Therapeutics. Now, why did I want to bring this up today? Well, the fact that the share price has dropped close to 40% right now because of one of its pre-approved product that was rejected by the Food and Drug Administration on the seizure product line. I feel like this is a great buying opportunity from an investment standpoint if you're looking to capitalize on increased return on investment. And why am I referring to that? And that's because you can get it at a 40% discount and just seek long-term gains, because it does have a number of different product lines it's working on. So that's why I feel like from an investment standpoint, this is a great opportunity to buy, because it doesn't have just one product. It has a number of different products that's being evaluated at this time. So that's an opportunity to get in at the low price point with AQST. Now, next up I wanted to share with you is SUNW/PEK. Now, both companies, one had shot up 70% while the other had shot up 40%, and that's what I wanted to mention to you from a merger acquisition on both ends. And this is a great opportunity to actively monitor to see if this is something you'd want to consider looking at if you are more of a short-term investor, meaning like you do day trades. However, I'm just looking at this company, just looking based on seeing value in terms of how far it can go. But hey, you never know, it may continue to get a bull run, or it may start dropping. But it's great to see how a merger can definitely just bring things together. And overall, I hope that these tickers were significant value in your own way of thinking in how you want to invest in the stock market. And thanks so much for watching another episode at Investing with All ICSW, and thank you.